Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Nation News with another Bachelorette recap, a guy's review. I take notes and read them back to you, give you my unfiltered thoughts, and then we discuss it in the comment section. So, did we enjoy this episode? I found it to be so boring, but that's okay. Every once in a while, you need something boring before all the craziness comes out. I found it boring. I don't know about you guys. Something about watching the Olympics and then toggling back to this. It's just like, ugh, like the show. I mean, you weren't attracting any new viewers. No one was switching over from a swing state on this episode and saying, I like The Bachelorette. Either you're hooked or you're not. And we're not quite hooked on this season. And it's probably very tough on the ratings to be doing, what's this, week 5 or 6 during the Olympics, right? Kind of tough. Either way, I'll take my notes and give them to you guys. So we start with the most interesting part of the show, I thought. Well, Jesse Palmer talks about Jenn and her ex, Matt, and she says she's confused. Matt was the first person to tell her he loves her, although she really didn't look like she was too interested in him. Jenn tells the guys that her ex professed his love to her. She does a great job of leaving the guys on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that moment where Jenn spoke to everybody, that was definitely a well-rehearsed moment where, you know, the producers wanted her to generate tension with her and the cast and all of that. So anyway, she walks out. Then she chats with Matthew right here. She says, "Why not? Why would you not want this before, and why would you want it now?" And he's like, "Well, because we're on TV." And he says they should try it again because they're adults. And I'm like, sir, you run a TikTok account for your wiener dog, okay? Like, I know we're all adults here, but anyhow, I like Matt. I'm a big fan of Matt. I've seen more personality out of him, maybe not from being on the show, but from his TikTok, than I've seen from most of these guys. So Matt walks in. Or meanwhile, Devin's pissed. All right, Devin's pissed. He's ready to throw in the towel, which, by the way, if you're watching this back and you're Jenn, do you look at Devin and go, you were that ready to quit on me? You were that ready to quit? And Devin's like, if she brings him back here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Meanwhile, Grant is rational. Grant calms Devin down. Grant is the true king out of all of the people I've seen. He is the best with adversity. He's kind of like Nate from Michelle Young's season. Do you remember Nate on Michelle Young's season? He didn't dabble in the controversy. He just knew he had a good connection. He knew he was like doing his own thing, and that was that. So anyway, Matt walks in with a crooked bow tie and he talks to everybody. They all just stare at him silently. He says a lot of nice things about the guys in his defeat. And the guys then sort of trash Matt. They call her a smart girl. Sam says, I'm happy that mother effer is gone. Look, I'm on Team Matt. I think these guys stink. I'm not kidding. I think some of these guys stink. Matt literally comes in and he goes, Jenn told me she's got a lot of great guys in here, so if Jenn thinks that, I think that. I really wish you guys all the best, X, Y, and Z. Matt says all of these nice things to all of these guys he hasn't even met yet, and some of them are like, good, get out of here, when they could have been like, dude, well, what they should have said was, oh, Matt, I understand why you would fly across the world for Jenn. Isn't she great? We would all go to the end of the world for her, but they didn't say that. They didn't say that. So anyhow, Matt leaves with his wiener tail between his legs, and we move on. They go to the rose ceremony, so Matt doesn't make it to the rose ceremony, and then we say goodbye to John and Thomas. Thomas, of course, Bachelor in Paradise, first round nominee, get him a flight to Mexico right now, right? He's good TV, but not good for Jenn. Jenn's like, no, thank you. So we move on from him. Jonathan gets a one-on-one date. Very nice. The best thing that can happen happened on this one-on-one date, which is it was boring. That means it's working. These dates are only interesting when things hit the fan. They do the jacuzzi tub. We love the jacuzzi tub where they're smooching. Hold on, there's the jacuzzi tub, right? Caked in COVID and cum from years of friskiness, as it were. Oh, you don't want to clean out the jacuzzi. Whenever there's a new person to The Bachelor, they're like, I can't wait to work on the show and be a producer. And they're like, get the brush. You're scrubbing the tub. No, I have to scrub the tub. You're scrubbing the tub. You're the new, but I have a degree from NYU Tisch School. You're scrubbing the dang tub. Just like your forefathers scrubbed the tub and just like their forefathers scrubbed the tub. Jebediah, tub scrubber. I get knocked down, but I get up again. We're scrubbing tub, baby. Tug that scrub in the tub. Okay. They have a nice evening together. No controversy. They're doing their, and by the way, how discomforting is this tub? Is there even a seat in there? There's no bubbles in case you fart. You blame it on the jets, right? There's just a tub with some water they found nearby. Is it even heated? What are we doing? Either way, they probably bought it at Costco. So they go the evening portion of the date. No controversy, normal stuff. Jonathan has that space to open up, says his last relationship turned south, says he was dating an alcoholic and she called him abusive because he questioned her, which, by the way, that's just a tough conversation to have because even if you're 100% in the right, you're always like, well, what did he say to her? You know, but hey, people have their issues and good for him to get out of there, even though I think she kicked him out, but still, we're happy for him. All right, let's move it along to the group date. This looks like the village, more like this looks like the forest people. Love is messy, and then a bunch of sheep show up, and you got to be careful here when the sheep show up. There they are, just jumping for cover. Why is it that the sheep are the most interesting part of the show? This guy right here wanted his stage time. There's always that one sheep. They're like, look, just let them herd you. Don't do anything stupid. And then this sheep's like, hey, but what about me? You know what I mean? This sheep was the Thomas of sheep. He was like, let me make this all about me. All right. Then they all start smooching. They're milking the sheep or whatever they're doing, shearing it. I don't know what they're doing. I stopped paying attention. In the evening portion, Jenn gets dumped by Austin. It didn't work out for... Oh, that's not the one. Didn't work out for Austin. He says, you can't fire me. I quit. So then Jenn, of course, is like, am I a bad person? And it's like, no, Austin just knew it wasn't working out. You know what I mean? You can tell when a girl's not that into you. You haven't gotten the one-on-one date. You haven't gotten anything in the first 6 episodes. Get out while you can. So Grant gets the second one-on-one date. Do we have a photo of Grant? Is this a photo of Grant? I can't zoomed in. So Grant gets the second one. And again, I've been preaching Grant as like just a quality guy. No one's got beef with Grant. Everyone loves Grant. They go horseback riding. Not bareback. They are on the saddle, bridled down by the weight of the world on their shoulders. Speaking of his shoulders, aren't they beautiful? Please hug me there, Grant. I would like a government grant for you to get, stop saying what I was going to say. Give me that grant all over me, baby. I fully expected that he would be cool. He's good looking, doesn't get rattled by what others say. What can you say about Grant that hasn't been said? He's a good guy from all accounts. Don't mess this up for me, Grant. So then Jenn gives a speech to the guys. That's where it ends. I don't even have a photo of that. She gives a speech to the guys saying she knows exactly what she's looking for and doesn't feel it's fair to have a cocktail party. Says she will see the guys at the rose ceremony. And whenever that happens, it's just like meaningless, you know? It's just Jenn. It's just like the producers told them, all right, we got enough shots. We don't need a cocktail party. Or maybe, it's like, all right, we're already 11 hours into the day. We don't want to pay overtime for these other producers. We've already cleaned the hot tub. What else is there to do? I just wrap it up. So then we get no rose for Dylan. No rose for Dylan. So that's where we're at. What comes next? I don't know. Hopefully it gets more interesting. Will there be a 2-on-1 date this season? We don't know. I don't know if I guess we still have the Devin on Sam feud. That was sort of put on the back burner this episode. It'll come back. I say justice for Matt Ross. Actually, you know what I'll do? Right now is I haven't done this, but let's go to Matt Rossi on Instagram and see if he posted anything because I have his Instagram and why not do this right now? So here's TikTok. Here's Matthew Rossi. Let's see. Did he comment on what happened? Of course, he's an influencer. No, he hasn't posted since his Get Ready With Me video. Let's see. I don't even know if I have him on Instagram, but let's go Matthew Rossi. Let's see if we have Matthew Rossi here. Is this the guy? No, that's not the guy. That's a photographer. Matt Rossi, the wiener dog guy. Do we have the wiener dog guy? Followed by Kate. No, that's not it. Is this him? Maybe this is the guy. Nope, I don't know. We don't have him. Either way, we'll have to see if he says anything. I'll include it this afternoon on the Rush Hour podcast. That's where I give all of the updates when I'm done over here with you. I've also got a crazy story. If you haven't, let me see if I can pull this up. We have an absolute crazy story. If you haven't caught this yet, a former Bachelorette alumni was arrested. It's wild. It's triggering. It's scary. I've already covered it on the Rush Hour podcast, so you can go check it out there. Otherwise, I'll have a video coming up soon about this on YouTube. Again, the Rush Hour podcast with Dave Neal, wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you then. All right, folks, have a good one. I got to go clean my hot tub. I'll be back later. Bye, everybody.